Hey, Carrie. Looking forward to this too. Helene Lagoon. I'll pull you up in 5 minutes, brother. Pull you up in 5 minutes. Bring in the energy.
Beyond the conspiracies, beyond the abuse, beyond greed, beyond starvation, beyond war, beyond family feuds, beyond divorce, beyond your job, beyond your angry neighbor, beyond the one who's not interested in you, beyond the darkness, beyond the politics, beyond the religion, beyond gender.
Time.
Or feeling that the universe chose me, and that I am everything, and that everything is me. There is this alternate reality. You will just be. You're pulled out of the distractions. You're shown only a life of success. Success in self-love. Success in relationships with the people that are in your life. Success in seeing beauty all around you. Success in knowing that everything works out perfectly for you. Right now, right here, I'm here. I want to be here. Here with me. I like me a lot. I love me a lot. Take me, universe. Show me your magical world. I'm ready. No boundaries, no borders, only joyful experiences. The Red Sea has parted, and I shall walk across. I love your stories, your journey, our journey. One heart, many experiences being given to us, for us to share and feel. No more hiding, no more expectations, no more reason to feel anything but love. No reason to feel anything but gratitude and joy. No longer feeling the need or desire to work through old stagnant energy or experiences. They don't define me.
Well, that was a pretty good intro. All right, let's see now. Let me pull up our guest. Welcome, everybody. It's going to be a great show. We got a great show coming on after this one as well. Okay. There we go. What's up, my brother?
Aloha.
Aloha. It's a pleasure to meet you and see your face with the energy you've been sending over.
Good to see you. Good to feel you.
Yeah,
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for this moment.
thank you. So I think we should just let everybody know that this is the first time we've ever met. I felt your energy come in about 10 days ago. There's something going on. I can't tell you 99% of the things that you've written to me, but I can feel the frequency and I know this is right. So we're gonna get to know each other in front of all of our brothers and sisters.
Hi, everyone. Waho, welcome. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we do everything spontaneously, intuitively, creatively, imaginatively, and depending on what we're talking about, courageously here on Soul Speaks 5D. I see a lot of kindredness and resonance with you. I don't get caught up in the story, but seems to be a powerful day and a powerful moment. So it's a conversation. And the first thing I'm going to ask you is, well, the first thing I'm going to say is thank you for coming and honoring us with your presence and sharing space with us today. And may we all move forward from the highest intent, unconditional love to the highest good of all.
Thank you, brother. Yes. Yes, absolutely. 10 days ago, huh?
Maybe you just had to throw me a curveball, didn't you? Actually, the moment you said that, I remember being here in December.
Yeah.
December, January. I got here October 28th, Hawaii. And I remember having a conversation with Judith Kuzel out of South Africa. Very connected, very well known, humble, beautiful lady. And she said, that this, I don't know what the word was. I don't know if it was kahuna, but was there with you on the island. Yeah. So I don't know. That's something that comes to mind.
Well, yes, kahuna, tuhuna, huna. Absolutely. And the grandmothers and on the continents of Africa, as the grandmothers we have been very busy working together. And I think it may have been at least up to a year ago when I was starting to notice your transmissions and communications with everybody joining you on the pages of the Book of Face, and not just recently, since December, and now paying more closer attention as you say, people are tuning in, waking up, perhaps, remembering. Yeah, it's so happy everybody's here. Happy to see everyone here. Aloha, waho, mutako, kia ora to our family in New Zealand and Aotearoa and Hawaii. Greetings from Zamenhof. Yeah, I am in near the Mayan temples where I live. Though I am from New Zealand in this lifetime.
Wow. And you've traveled all over the world, haven't you?
Yes, few decades now. Few decades.
I guess a lot of people, including me, would want to know the story of who you are and what your journey is, and you're welcome to talk about that at length or not at all. It's up to you. But it seems to me that one of the things that's resonated with me about you has been some of the things that you said and written in the Zoom room and on the Facebook Live and in messages to me. So to me, I think what's important, I guess, and I don't want to sound like I know anything, but is the present moment. What is going on? Where are we at? For some reason, I think you might have a really good perspective on that.
Well, people are experiencing the shift and the changes in these past 3 decades of the walk. Certainly for myself, And of course, for many others, I feel we have a lot of the same friends. Yeah? And the shift that's come, there's been a jump into, let's say, ahead of schedule. And from that jump to being ahead of schedule, we are constantly pulling things, let me say, not really mean backwards, but we're pulling things into the present from all dimensions, from all moments. And as we're pulling them all into the now, let's say the present, some things do not make sense, and causing a lot of curiosity, causing a lot of vibration, energy, frequency is very, very, very high, and it's taken a lot to get used to. One is has been walking the path, let's say, solar, the lone wolf, let's say. And the time of the lone wolf has passed, and as you know these things, and the time of the from the I am to the we are is here now. So there's some calibrations and transformations taking place. One and the many and the many and the one has been asked to take their seat. If they like to stand in their seat, jump up and down, and have fun with it. But to be present in the now, in the seat. What is the seat? So those we share. We begin to share some of those deep details, the deeper details. And as you can see behind me, there's some pretty interesting things going on behind me.
Yeah, I want to get into that. Let me say this first. There's a couple of people said that there's a noise coming through. I think it's your microphone. Your microphone's probably on the lower part of that white cord.
Ah, I see.
On your earphones?
Yeah, I have the camera running.
Oh, I got you. We can hear you good now. There's no noise now. Yeah.
Okay, might have changed. Okay.
Yeah, and by all apologies, we just want to hear everything you have to say. This is great.
We'll do the best I can, because here in Mexico and Playa del Carmen, the signal gets a little bit.
Well, I think the Star family and the ancient elders are with us tonight. I don't think we're going to have any reception problems. We can hear you clearly now, brother. So I don't know if you want to start with these incredible images behind you, or whatever you want to do. We're all.
I'd like to share with them, because we're talking about the seat and the understanding of free will and choice, elevating to cosmic free will, cosmic choice. There's a kind of a difference. There's a kind of a difference in the feeling of that. There is what comes with cosmic free will, cosmic choice is responsibility and accountability. And there is relationships. Let us say right relationships. Although there is no right or wrong, there is sorrow and there is joy. And so let us be with joy. Yeah? We know these lessons. We've had millions upon billions of lifetimes of lessons. And so it's a matter of, okay, remembering and knowing through the remembering. We already know everything, we just need to remember it. And as the images behind me, to offer an opportunity to remember through some of these images behind me that are shared. This is called the uniscope of ways. These are the 5 sectors, the closest 5 sectors that are closest to the golden compass, which is Earth. I speak in these terms, part of it's scientific, part of it's not. I speak story, I don't teach anybody. I cannot teach you. I do not teach. I am not a master, I am not a guru. I am a Huna. That's translated to being either I will follow you if you lead, you will follow should I lead, or depending on the dissemination of information and knowledge and wisdom and love, really, of course. So this is the way of the whale and the dolphin, the way of the Huna, the way of the whale and the dolphin. And in this way, there is no ego, there is no master. We are complete now with those understandings. So here, in the sharing of these feelings here, vibration, frequency, energy, and you have at the center there, you can see the trinity of male and female. The red being the female, the male being blue. We refer to that as sector 1. Now, this interesting understanding in the Pleiadians, or those of the Meridinua Dinua Mana, which is to you Andromeda, who speak to these languages, that the divine union is a 24 strand DNA. And the way that's understood is the 24 density. So there is 12 king, 12 queen codes within our DNA. And the rotation of what is this really big change and what's going on is the full distance of the 24 DNA strand into its action that is centered around this golden compass, this planet, this gyroscope that I see. So sector 1 right in the middle there represents divine union of masculine and feminine in the human, and not just the human, but all beings, all star nations, all planetary nations.
Wow.
We have to realize, and this is where we really have to come to this understanding that we all said yes. We all said yes. All star nations, all planetary nations are now resourcing. They are resourcing the UNESCO, or the light, let's say. They are putting all of their resources into the light that's coming into this planet, into source. Now, if I can speak these codes here, because they are codes from the Lemurian language, if I may share it. They're speaking of the divine union and feminine as I understand it to be, with the 24 density. 12 up, 12 down, 12 down, 12 up, up is down, down is up. And if I may, can I share that?
Yes, please.
These tones are spoken quite simply. Hang on to your stomach. If you are listening, let us know how you feel. We'll talk about, and I will speak these. First light, first breath, first birth, first love, first stone, first fire. Ma, ha, ka, wa, ta, hi. I te ingoa, in the name of, te to'iri, the vibration, te au, the frequency, te wana, the energy, wairu tapu, we remember you. Sacred is your breath. I te ingoa, in the name of, te whenua, the land, te rangi, the sky, te katao, the water, wairu tapu, we. I te ingoa, in the name of, te whaia, the mother, te matua, the father, te tamatu, the child, wairua tapu, the eternal memory. Un, uru, o, et, to, no, e, nu, e, ma, I, ai, to, u, mata, waho, tu, po, kahu, to, ke, rehu, tu, ahi, wahi, wero, ta, u, to, na.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. And we referred to Lemuria. Some will say Lemuria never existed. Lemuria is not a name, it's not a label, it's a feeling. The more deeper language of the language is to speak Kimuria, which means the first embrace. The first embrace. And so with this information with me here, is returning to the blueprint. When we return home, yes, we pick up the pieces, we pick up everybody. No one is left behind here, you know these things, we all see this. And in the knowledge and the wisdom of the ancient that is new, these ancient gates have come again. They're here again. They have been opening, you have been seeing wonderful, mystical, magical.
Yeah.
Feelings in you that I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I touch you, which is not the same as I feel. I smell you, I taste you, I remember you. Therefore I know you, therefore I am you. These are the nine senses, nine feelings, nine communications. These are the nine. And so coming through all of this information, the ancient knew. Information I'm sharing here, I don't mean to lose anyone or just maybe I'm firing through it a little too quickly.
You're doing great. You're doing great. That noise is back though. I think it's that white thing. I don't know.
Maybe the white thing. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's the mic. It's just the mic. That's what it is. It's the mic. See the mic right there? Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh my God, that sounds like night and day.
Oh.
I've done that. I've done that too on shows. I've been like, you know, halfway through the show, I realized I had the wrong one in my ear.
There you go.
But yeah. Okay. So, wow. No, you're doing fantastic. I mean, this is to me like, you know, 1,300 shows, and there's all this evolution, and I keep seeing that the words are going to go away. It's frequency, vibration, tonality, you know, wavelength, light, energy. Yeah. And so just like the comments and messages that we exchanged, I can't remember the specifics. I just remember the frequency, resonation, and kindredness. And that's what I think, you know, sometimes when you hear light language, or you hear a tone, a lot of times I'll hear a tone, and the tone's basically saying, just align with the tone. Don't even worry about what the hell it means. You know what I mean? Just do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your some will walk how they walk. Me, I tend to walk all over the place.
Me too.
I mean, I just get a kick out of it, you know?
Yeah.
So further with these here, the 5 sectors, the one in the center is the sector 1, which is Ma.
Sector 1 is Ma, and sector 1 is 24. It's divine union and 24.
24 density dimensions.
24 densities dimensions. So that's like where it's placed. Is that like the original spark of creation?
You would look at this like, what I have done is I have stopped all time, space, and memory, and I've stopped it and captured it. It's a stop motion. It's stop motion. So what we have here is the 12 planets that are surrounding this system, that are the guardians of this golden compass, sector 1. At the center there is the primary crystal. When we call it the primary, the tetrahedron blueprint.
Yeah.
Between the feminine, the trinities, you see one is blue, one is red. The crystals between those two, those trinities as they spiral, one for mother, one for the child, one for father. Now, masculine or feminine. At the center of that crystal is what we refer to as the light line. Or in other words, Niana. Niana. It is, Niana is the current light line that we are moving away from. the next light line is being input through the crystal. And that next light line is called Nimarana.
Nimarana.
Yes. We are jumping from the Niana light line over to Nimarana. It's not necessarily the planet that's becoming new. The planet heals itself, but the light line is the next elevation, the next jump. It carries, Niana currently carries all realities and dimensions of every being on this planet and in the star system. Every dimension, every reality. Doesn't matter how many lines of reality you experience or you have lived or you remember, Niana carries everything on one single light line. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Kind of cool.
And kind of cool.
Yeah.
It is super intelligent, highly, highly intelligent.
So is that like it's become available to us?
Now, this is the part where I like to share. I can show you something on a simple diagram that'll lock it in, but this understanding goes, Nimarana is running parallel to Niana.
Like
it is here now. So it is here at Nimarana. And so my walk, and I can only speak to myself for the moment because one in the many and many in the one, that means we are all helping at this, is that through the crystal, which is the primary, the blueprint tetrahedron, we are jumping everybody from Niana into Nimarana through the crystals. Those lines are infinity lines. Niana is infinity, so is Nimarana. But the crystals run on each line, the primary. And so because we are light beings, all that has said yes is jumping to Nimarana.
Man, that's like a cosmic duality.
You can say all manner of names and cultures and realities and dimension. You know, everybody does, whether you're Vedic, Hindu, Maori, Hawaiian, Lemurian, doesn't matter. Andromeda, Meta, Denua, Mana, if you're from Tawu or Wata, which is Sirius, Tawu, which is Orion's belt, these are names. Sirius doesn't exist, neither does Orion. These are the names of the star nations.
So Sirius doesn't exist, nor Orion.
Not in those names and those languages.
Oh yeah, I got that. I just wanted.
Those are human languages, and they're not.
So this information resonates deeply. That language resonates very deeply. Is this? And I definitely want to stay with the present because this is vital. I think this information, the code that you're providing. But is this a result of oral history amongst your human culture in this incarnation, or is it what you've downloaded from your multidimensional aspects, or both?
We have danced these codes for thousands, if not millions of years. And you have to understand that to share the now, you have to return to first Lemuria, which is the first embrace. When was that? Where was it? It was actually a place. There was a time, a point where, when we actually entered there, there is a geology to it. There's an anthropology to it. There is many dances and many songs, many feelings, many babies, many children have entered this Niana. So I'll take you back to first Lemuria, which is when New Zealand was at the mountain that is now known as Hawaii. Okay, Hawaii, there's our proverb which is spoken, Hawaii nui, Hawaii ro, Hawaii pamama, which means the continent between continents. When Hawaii was a mountain, New Zealand was part of that mountain. Okay, New Zealand is over almost 600 million years in its location now, but it's not from there. It is not from there. It's from when Hawaii was a mountain. The geologists, anthropologists, many our people The Tibetans can tell you this. The Lamas know these things. The Rinpoche know these things. They know it because they know the mountain. I'll return you to the mountain. This is a much palatable story, because I'm not trying to get like I know everything. I'm just sharing what's been shared with me and what I remember, and certainly that's been channeled into through the knowing of the remembering of certain things will help you channel in many other information. Depends on who you're hanging out with also. So
Yeah, I like that.
okay.
Hey, we see your truth. You don't have to. Yeah, we see it's coming through loud and clear. So yeah.
Though I might be a bit masculine, some have said. I'm a bit too masculine for some, but hey.
Well, I don't think I'd want to get in a bar fight with you.
Well, there was a rugby player once, so. But I don't mean to force anyone to believe anything. I can only share this.
Yes.
So when New Zealand was a mountain, as part of the mountain, that was over 500 million years ago. That's when that was first Lemuria. That's first Lemuria.
So the pieces of Lemuria, so to speak, are New Zealand, I guess the Hawaiian Islands.
There's Hawaii Islands now, but it was known as Hawaii Nui. But before that, it was known as Maunganui, known as the Great Mountain.
Maunganui.
Yeah.
Maunganui.
You got the Maunga Kea, Maunga Loa, Haleakala, those Maungas. Before, when Hawaii was, when those mountains were one mountain, they were very high. The Hawaiians, they teach the culture now of about 5,000 to 7,000 years, which is about 100 feet below the surface of the water. Okay. If you go 100 feet below the surface of the water, you're teaching roughly 5,000 to 7,000 years of wisdom.
Wow.
If you go to the full length of that mountain, you're going to 33 miles deep. This is the information that I'm sharing with you from the base of that mountain. Yes, it is now. Boom. Just like that. Yeah, you can feel that, can you?
Of course. What's the name of the mountain?
Maunganui.
Maunganui.
You now call it Kailash.
Kailash. Maunganui.
The same mountain left that area and came up in Tibet, the Himalayan mountain. That's the same mountain.
Wow.
That's why you see the Rinpoches and the Lamas and the Buddha temples and with the mountain. The blueprint. In other words, the blueprint. You can speak to them. They come to pay homage to the mountain every year in New Zealand. The Dalai Lama has been coming there since he was a small boy. And my Huna, out of Kahana Rapiripi, the Paniariki o Manuariki, was his teacher. One that you'd never hear about.
Just like a true healer, right? Always in the background.
Yeah. We were scolded for speaking his name in public. So this is the relationship. It's not just about the Maori speaking and learning the culture and sharing these things. This is many of us doing this together.
It's a big coming home party.
Yeah, that's straight.
Whoa, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
you see that now. If you think about first Lemuria, realize there were 4 Lemuria, 4 moments. There were 4 moments, 4 Lemuria.
What does that mean? 4 moments.
There were 4 moments that were spread apart millions of years of our civilizations, in many forms that we took, giants and other beings, many beings. Since first Lemuria to now, there were 4 Lemuria. Europe is second Lemuria. Okay. Tibet and those areas, Indonesia, those areas is third Lemuria. And the Mayan territory is here where I am, which is why I'm here. This is fourth Lemuria. This is when Fort Lemuria came down, first Atlantis was created. Back when the Mayans were tall.
Oh, you're down in Mexico.
I'm down in the Mayan Riviera, brother. I'm here because of the equator, because I work with the equator and all the information coming in across it. It's right out my door.
And so the other images seem to be like the animal one, seems to be like all animal, like the creation of that union, maybe? I don't know. The energy of that union? How does that work?
Yes, exactly. The star nations, they represent all star nations, not just a human, not just two-legged, four-legged, with a tail, without a tail, with a beak, with lips, with ears, with no ears, with a vertebrae. All have the vertebrae. All have the tree trunk and the spine.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if you know, I'll share another one. We had a Trinity team working in Glastonbury in 2018. I had my team September, October. We were there in Glastonbury. We were meeting about the Anunnaki and the Archon codes. We were having a specific meeting. And I brought forth the information here that the Anunnaki and the Archons were they said yes, and they were ready to go into the God containers, the godlike containers. So actually 9 dimensions of 12 universes went into the godlight, except for maybe 2 dimensions and two universes. That's the one that's stuck in the spine in the human. So the containers I'm referring to are these 12 right here. They are the continental beings. They are the godlights in the system. There are no Anunnaki gods, no Archon gods to support any of the codes in the horoscope, birth signs, or on the planet, except what's left in the last 1 or 2 dimension lower universes in the human character. It was jammed in there.
How did we take those 2 into the light?
This is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing. This is the work we're doing. I can share more on the details, but there is a pulling of the nails from the hands and the feet. Let me just say it like that.
Yeah.
Pulling of the nails, brother.
In the Western world, in the South anyway, in the United States, they say it's the come to Jesus meeting.
Yeah.
Lay it all out on the line.
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay, well, Carrie asked a question. Carrie Schwed, she's from New Zealand.
Hi, kia ora, Carrie.
She comes in a lot. She says, can you ask him, please, if a contract was made with the Draco 16,000 years ago, starting with the Maori?
There were many contracts made. There were many attempts to let us say, calibrate and transform. 16,000 years ago is not that long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were contracts with certain Maori. Now you have to understand what Maori means, Kerry. Maori means children of heaven. That's literally what it means. And Maori are not just from New Zealand. New Zealand doesn't just represent Maori. New Zealand is a starship canoe. It is known as the Waka o Maui. It's the canoe of Maui, also known as the long white dragon. New Zealand is not a continent, it's a canoe. So that's number 1. Number 2, Maori means child of heaven. Now, if I am a Maori, so is Todd. So are you. So is everyone. We are all children of heaven. That's what Maori means. Maori means child of heaven. Maya means the memory of heaven, the Mayans. Means memory of heaven. So if we talk about contracts for the Maori, we're not just talking about New Zealand. Okay? Everyone is Maori.
Everyone.
Now, everyone is a child of heaven.
Yes.
I cannot be the only one from heaven, surely. Or misunderstanding it. You know what I'm saying?
So would
Not
it
me.
be would it be accurate? Would it be accurate to say? I guess this is a dumb question. Terry says thank you. But would it be accurate to say that in a sense that that all of our feet have touched Lemuria in some way?
Of course. Of course. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Many lifetimes, brother.
Yeah.
Very few that are very brand new at this. Very few.
Yeah, I was wondering, man, because when we got here, I got here October 28th. My wife got here December the 7th. And within the first week, I'd say the first 2 weeks, we had 3 or 4 Lemurian dimensional experiences in the flesh. And I got this thought in my head, you know how that goes. And it said, I think I said to her, I get this feeling like this is where we started and this is where we end. Something like a circle had been completed or something, like those ones behind you.
Yeah. Talk about returning to the blueprint. Yeah. To the code of Alpha, 0, Omega, Lemurian 1 code. Alpha, 0, Omega. 0 input, 0 output.
Wow. Perfect symmetry, perfect. I can see that. If your field is, I don't know what the word would be, but let's say 100% balanced in that space or whatever, there is no resistance, there is no attachment, anything. Your field is actually corresponding perfectly with everything around you. There is no chaos or anything like that.
Fully aligned with Niana, fully aligned with Nimarana, fully aligned with the crystal, fully aligned with your Merkaba, with your light. It was the moment of the 1-star chakra from 7, 12, 13, 57, if you like, to 1-star chakra.
That cane you have in your hand is quite intriguing.
There's a great story with this. This is called toko. This is toko Mauta, or toko, which is the talking wood.
Toko.
They come to you. You cannot go and find one. Well, you can. You do whatever you like, right? I allowed the one to come to me, and from many years of service, of the walking, that it finally walked right up to me. Very interesting story. May I share that story?
Yes, please do.
A little bit of a personal. I was in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, at the Door of Fire. I completed activations for the portal for Turtle Island, which is known as the Door of Fire. I was doing some cleansing and healing work, purification work for a property at land. And when I completed, I took the mother's vessel, which is a protocol that I work with, and I placed it and buried it at the base of the tree, at the grandfather tree. As I completed, I did the ancient greeting through the nose and the third eye. I placed it against the tree, like this. Typically, when you complete some of these services, the tree will give you a message. If it gives you a message in your left eye and you can see it and feel it or hear it, that is for you, a gift for you. If it is in your right eye, it's for you to gift to others in service of what that might be. This is talking to the tree now, beyond the hug. That is all good service. And so what came was a lightning bolt came to my left eye, a powerful lightning bolt, and it wouldn't go away. Just wouldn't, it kept coming and coming and coming very strong. So I backed off the tree and I called a friend of mine and I double checked with her. And I don't know if you can see on my arm, if you can see that symbol.
Yes.
That's the lightning bolt. I called her and I said, this image came through. Can you double check with me? And she said to me, oh, how did that come? I said, well, it just came through doing some stuff, you know, doing my work. She said, don't put it on you. I said, okay. Why? She said, just don't put it on. So a few days later, I tattoo it on. Yeah, talk about don't listen, right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
I can identify with that. That's that same I go everywhere
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
So I spent 2 weeks traveling from Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, and I drive around West Palm Beach, and I drive around to the Gulf, and I drive around Tampa, then I drive over to Panama City. I spent 2 weeks doing work and driving around it because I was on my way. I was on my way home and I didn't feel like flying, so I thought I'd try. I get to Panama City and there was a store owned by a Native American gentleman. He was Cree Indian gentleman, just turned 70 years old. I walked into the store and I was looking around. I was like I was in a toy store. Like, wow, this is incredible. And he goes, what can I help you with? What are you looking for? That's what he said to me. I said, I'm looking for the toko. He said, what's a toko? I said, the talking cane. And he said, I've got all of these talking cane here. What are they talking? I said, well, they're not talking to me. And then we talked further for half an hour, shared the story, and he said, I'll be right back. He came out from behind the store with this guy here. And he said to me 2.5 weeks ago, he was in the forest in Pennsylvania. And he brought this out of it. This is naturally, he didn't hand make this, is naturally grown. And he brought it forward to me and he varnished it and he cleaned it. It was beautiful. Just the same way he handed it to me is the way it is now, except I placed the entire Endara's crystal in it. Wow. And I said, that's mine. He goes, I guess this is yours. And I gave him all manner of jade from New Zealand and a bunch of money, please. He says, and he handed it. This is yours. I said, yes. This is the lightning sword, sword of father. This is the lightning bolt. Okay. You can get out of hand with that, speaking things like that. But what it actually does for me in the world, breaking through the dimensions.
Yeah.
Cleaning and purification work, healing work. So this after 30 years, the toko finally came, and a friend of mine from New Zealand, another Maori artist, said, you got your toko. I said, I got the toko. Why not? Because, and he's with the LDS, Latter Day Saints, and he goes, I'm still looking for my toko. I said, I don't know what to tell you. So it was running joke for a minute. It was running. We're having fun.
That's the beauty of
Mauta.
Contrast and polarities, right? So what was the name of the mountain again?
Oh, Maunganui.
Maunganui. So Maunganui.
It means the great mountain.
The great mountain. Maunganui, the great mountain. The first, I guess, for all intents and purposes, the first civilization 600 million years ago, or
yes,
those vessels, I guess, because the souls abide in a vessel, and then these are questions. I'm not making statements.
Well, no, absolutely.
So those first vessels, that first species, I guess, that first creation on the earth.
The first crew.
Right? Was that right?
The first crew.
Oh, the first crew, I got you. Yeah, right on. The first crew.
First crew. The first 12 to enter, which were 12 king and 12 queen. They were known as the original angel king.
Wow. So there was 12 kings and 12 queens. They were the original 24 strands of DNA.
Yes.
And they were a birth of the original of the feminine, masculine, what did you call that?
Yes.
They were, I guess, the third energy. Were they the children?
The child entered following that crew. The child entered here. The child, that crew set up the system of the cycles of 24. This is what's interesting about New Zealand, about the mountain. Let's say the mountain first is where first light used to come straight to that mountain. That's where first light was. And it was a short 12-hour cycle, kind of, if you're speaking hours right now, rotation.
Yeah.
Now it's 24, but it didn't become 24 until New Zealand moved to where it is now. 550 million years. It's the oldest calendar on the planet. Now
you cut out on that. Is that a Maori calendar you're talking about?
We call it the Maori calendar, which is the calendar of the children of heaven. In New Zealand, it didn't happen. The time zones didn't happen until the story about Maui capturing the sun, right? You know these stories. It's really about what it really came down to in a profound, scientific, mystical, magical, godlike way, is that when the canoe, when it moved to where it is, new light began. First light began there. And New Zealand is the first place for first light on the planet.
I got you.
And that is the oldest calendar, where the light hits the ground. The very first nanosecond of time for the last 550 million years. It didn't happen before that. Before that, it was at the mountain when the mountain was there. It has been, if you take a look at Greenwich Village, which is not even 0 point, it's 12 hours. It's 12 hours out of sync, out of phase, what we call it, 180 degrees out of phase. And you go by the Maori calendar or by, let's just say, first light. We don't need to speak. We go beyond the Maori on this. We go to the light. When we go to the light calendar, which is what these guys operate, they operate the light calendar. They feed the light calendar. We begin our time, which is light time, it's rotation time.
Like the gears inside of a clock.
Absolutely. Except this one is connected to the gyroscopic movements of this planet and everything around it, including all of these planets. More than 12, I can only stop time on 12 to show you relatively in a reasonable way without going crazy. You cannot Google this.
Somebody was asking if there was a website that could show this Maori calendar.
There are plenty of, you go on and you check Maori calendars, and if you speak Maori, good. If you don't, you're going to be there for quite a while.
Yeah.
But it's also, understand, we go beyond the Maori on this, which means Maori even has its imprints to it, because it's like, I'm going beyond Maori. I am Maori. It means I belong to the light. Yeah. So I go beyond the physical of the country and my flag. My flag is not, I don't have a flag. Right? I have light. I have dimensions.
Right.
And sometimes dementia.
Dementia. So it's with what you talked about earlier, with going from the one consciousness to the one that's become available. You know, my wife said a few days ago, it's like we've got 3D on one side, 5D on the other, and they're both running at the same time, and we're like kind of in the middle and stepping over here. I don't know. But with what you said about that, and how I just restated it, which I guess is kind of the same thing, the availability of this, what would you call it, full conscious timeline, whatever, dimension, realm.
The light line.
Light line. Would it be accurate to say that this is why we came here and we're being afforded an incredible opportunity to expand ourselves in this universe?
Yes. I operate ahead of schedule. It's not an ego bragging thing. This is how I work.
Yes.
I operate ahead of schedule, and I operate with the light calendar. What this means to me and my feelings on it, because I have seen the light. I don't mean that like, I've seen the light. What I saw there was that this planet is galactic center. This is galactic center.
Yes. Let's come back to this. Yes. This is okay. Yeah. So
I'm jumping a long way ahead.
No. This resonates deeply, right? I mean, so as I heard or received, and it's all the same thing because we're all pulling from the same beehive intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Understood that the core the core, what we might call the light or the highest light, was actually the perimeter of it was what we perceived as the densest place, Earth, you know. But yeah, so it is the center. As we're the center, it's the center. It's the center of all this stuff happening. It's the eye of the storm.
Yes, eye of the whale.
Eye of the whale.
Or sometimes also the eye of the needle of mother.
Eye of the needle of the mother. I knew that if God had a gender, it was a woman.
Well,
all respects, Mother Goddess. Yeah.
We say this, but we refer to the womb. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cosmic, the terrestrial womb and the celestial womb. Where are you going? You're already home.
Yes. Alan Eustace says, are we in the month of Hongong Oi?
We are in the month of Inaul, which is represented by the talking bird, the kaka, special talking bird. Now, like, and I never spoke to this, but these guys right here, they are the continental beings. Now, you are on Turtle Island right now, yeah? Honumotu, which is there. That's United States, Canada, and Mexico, part of Greenland. Right.
Continental
being. It's a continent. They are the skin of mother. There are 12 continental beings. There are 12 continents, not 7. But they are not just continents. They're land, water, sky, dragon energies, full dragon energies of land, water, sky that represent a higher consciousness of the skin of mother.
Wow. And then the ones below it with the pink background?
This is the medicine of each of the lights, representing 24 medicines, masculine and feminine, for each of the 12 God light containers. There are more than 24, but I brought 24 to you. They represent many star nations, of which there are 4 billion star nations.
4 billion.
Yes. At our calculation, when we were working through this in October last year, we got to 500 million, and we go, damn, this thing is still going. And then we got to 3 billion, and it was like, oh, this thing is still going.
Yeah.
And the last count I had in my transmissions was over 4 billion star nations. The month that the gentleman is asking for, the person is asking for, is the medicines of this month are actually the light medicines coming in, being resourced from all star nations into Inaul, is of Hongoa, but also Rongoa. So much medicine in the light. There is so much. We cannot say one word for all of the medicines coming into this light of now, this moment. Which is
energy. Forget about it. But it's
just feel it. Just feel it. Feel it.
Yeah. So in other words, you don't even have to apply it. Just align with it, accept it, surrender to it.
Exactly. Take your seat.
Wow, this is cool. I'm digging this.
We already know these lessons. What lessons are there to learn? The experiences are known, already categorized, cataloged, and everything for you.
And what is this one? What is the rainbow one behind you? What is that one?
That one there is, so the 12 God lights, they're the 12 continental beings. I have their locations, where they are. I have the grid, which is the tetrahedron grid, which is the doors and the apex of each one of them. 36 doors, 12 mountains. Have all of that mapped that you can go to and pilgrimage to, if you wish to.
Yes, let's talk about that in a minute. Yes.
This is part of the walk. But this one here, that's sector 4. So sector 3, sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, sector 4, which is the moon and the sun cycles and the trees, the nature, and the gates, the calling of the gates. And it's up there is sector 5, where the actual energies are removing, replacing the words of Venus and the words of the gods of war.
And that's all happening.
That's happened already.
It's happened already. All right.
People are just not getting the memo yet. That's all.
Okay, so this is where the rubber meets the road, and that's basically Is it surrender, relax, connect, and just chill the
Because
F out?
if you are with the understanding of Mars and you are Venus in the night, Venus in the morning, there are much more. There's Mercury, there's all these other planets. Those are codes from the Archon language of the Jesuits. Okay, from the scope of horrors created from the Jesuit calendar, which is the Gregorians worked for the Jesuits.
Yep.
Okay, so if you understand the Jesuits, you'll know the Archons incarnated into the Jesuit families. You already know that the military for the United States is the military for the world. You already know that. They're the Jesuit military. Okay, this is not trying to cause any bad feelings.
This is good information because this is going to take us to where I want to go.
You can actually Google that and go on YouTube to see all sorts of that. That stuff's been known for hundreds of years. This understanding with go ahead.
No, keep going. Go ahead.
It's okay. Sorry, you're back.
Yeah. So, okay. So, all right, let me ask you this. So, it would seem to me that beyond all the cliches and philosophies and all that stuff, that it's really whatever's happening, it's driving us to one place, and that's to thine own self be true. To understand your power, understand the impact you have on the universal and all that stuff, right? Like it's becoming a very personal, singular kind of thing.
Right.
And then you have this other thing over here, and I'm asking for my own reasons here, just your opinion, whatever you think. You got this external thing going on the stage, such as the military, the story's the same. Nothing's changing. I don't care if it's Q or Trump or the Queen of England. That all is old loop or paradigm or whatever you want to call it. We're turning this thing inside out from our own inside out, aren't we?
Yes. Okay. Can you pull the nails from your hands and feet? When Yeshua, Isa, Jesus, you call him Ruato is what we refer to him as, this essence.
Yeah.
When that essence was nailed to a piece of wood, it nailed everyone, or many, for a good couple, 3,000 years. What that meant was that everybody was nailed to that piece of wood. But he's been down from that piece of wood from day one. He came down from that a long time ago.
Yeah.
But the nails are still in the hands and feet. Now, are you willing to pull those nails? You're willing to pull those nails out of your hands and feet? Do you even understand where they are? Do you even know yourself? What has caused Islam and Muslim and Christianity and all of that came from the nails, not just from Jesus, Yeshua, but that whole understanding of everybody. Islam is also a Christian faith. It came from that.
Yes.
So who's willing to pull the nails from their hands and feet in this form, in this moment, in these feelings? Because I will tell you, I have done this ceremony and I have seen what it has done to the person when I have completed that ceremony. And it will hurt in the fit form, but the understanding is to come to Alpha, Zero, Omega on this. And when we do, once we come to the zero light, inside the light, these codes that are your horoscopes, that are your birth signs, the light was being captured in those codes from the Archon codes of the scope of horrors, Aquarius, Cancer, Sagittarius. All of these codes, they're Archon languaging. They're Greek, which means they're Egyptian, which means that they're Ashkenazi, which means they're Jesuit, which means they're of a certain families, of a certain grip on society. At this moment, we did suffer these interferences. We still suffer these interferences, should you not come to zero. But let's say, we are at a very high percentage of light on this planet right now. It's in your life to decide what you want to do. Some people have asked for the pulling of the nails because it's very difficult to do themselves. But they love Yeshua so much and they love all the beings, the families. Yeah, I'm not saying don't. Sharing this understanding, these are some of the modalities that have been taking place in these past months and years, some of the work that I have been doing. releasing. And what do I replace the nails with when I pull the nail? That hole is there. I fill it with the feather of a dove. That being right there, the godlike being, is the dove. It's called we refer to as the Namu Namu. It's a continental being that gathers at the door of fire. I take the feather from this being and I bring it to fill the holes when those nails are pulled from your hands and feet. I have done this ceremony in the form. These are some of the things that are very terrifying for some. Rapturing, of course, it's, if you want to use a biblical word, rapture yourself, you know?
Yeah, right on.
You know what I'm saying?
It's my own. I was actually going to play this video before the show. It's an old video. I don't know what I called it. But there's a part in there that says about the ascension. I'm saving my own ass. Nothing, no one can save it for me. Yeah. Wow. This is great.
So it's like, it's the one and the many and the many and the one. You save yourself, you save many.
Yes.
But also if many are sitting in the seat, then you sit in the seat. If one sits in his seat, then many sit in the seat.
Yeah.
We all said yes. Number one, when I said in the beginning of this transmission, remember that we all said yes to this.
That's right. And you know what? I don't know about I don't know about you, but I've been watching this movie too long. I'm getting up out of this damn chair. I chose to sit here and watch, but now I'm gonna. Right.
So the calendar of First Light is here, and that's what I do. I travel the world. I go to Ibiza again by popular demand. Back to Ibiza August, then back to Belgium in early September, where I have a Huna house there. We have 5 Huna houses around the world that are receiving. These are people that are Hunas and have been initiated into the healer of the First Light protocols.
What is a Huna?
Huna is the understanding of the way of the Huna is the understanding of the whale and the dolphin.
Okay.
Right. You have the whale and the dolphins. You see the way they swim, yeah, like this.
Yeah.
And there's the whale right behind them. Okay, let me say who's following who.
Ooh.
Yeah. Who's following who here? Okay, now the whale sets the plot and the trajectory. The dolphins run the point. So Huna and Rehu. Rehu is whale beyond the Maori and the Lemurian energy language is the Rehu. The Rehu is, and so Huna and Rehu is lead, follow, lead. There's been plenty of videos, I think lately, people have been seeing the Huna and the Rehu, the dolphins swimming in front of that whale.
I was on a show 4 or 5 days ago and I got that vision I talked about it. That's what I saw. I saw they were going like this. It's almost like a masculine and the flow of the feminine.
It is the flow of the DNA strand.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's there is no master. There are no gurus. This is the time of no master. And what is the time of no master? Lead. You lead, I'll follow. I'm quite happy to. I will lead. You follow if you're quite happy to. This is the way of the Huna.
And the Huna houses, is that part of? Is that part of? Let me see. I lost it.
We have Huna houses that are Huna that have been initiated by me into the modalities of the healers of First Light. Okay. They work with the protocols and the modalities of First Light. And then from these homes, we are doing workshops and I visit some on location, some I do workshops online.
Now, where are the Huna houses located?
Right, we have 2 Huna houses here in Playa del Carmen. So I have Huna House 1, which is where I live. Yeah. I have another condominium downstairs that is Huna House 2, where I have other Hunas are staying there. When they come to this area, they come and stay there. Yeah. We're only an hour from Cancun, right? So we fly in quite easily. The other house, Huna House, is Huna House 3, which is in Belgium, in Tongeren, Belgium. So an hour from Netherlands and France and Germany. Then we have a Huna House 4, which is in Heilbronn, in Untergruppenbach. Okay, and then we have Huna House 5, which is in Ibiza, Okay, and then we have Huna House 6, which is coming online in another area near Frankfurt, Germany.
Wow.
I travel to each of these, and we come in. And we all work to share, to do the sharings and the modalities and the calendar of First Light and the Uniscope of benevolent ways.
Yeah,
and we are increasing. Many years ago, I said, no, I do not want to share anything. I kept saying, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't want to share anything with anyone. I didn't want, the lone wolf, no way. No one's going to listen. No one's going to, it's my ego, my whatever.
Yeah.
It was my whatever. It was my decision. And then only in the last 5 to 6 years, 2011, that I said, oh, they prompted me. I was being prompted. And by that, I was being hit on the feet. I was being whacked on the feet. Come on. No, I'm not doing it. And I went into a major download in 2014, and all the new upgrades came in for my dragon energies, the Taki energies in my hand and my feet, and all of the tools started getting upgraded from what I had already been known to be using, the modalities. The remembering came in from the Muria, speaking of the Lemurian language, or these languages. Actually, it's the cube language.
The
cube, language of the cube.
Cube?
Yeah.
The cube.
It's the cube language. It's what it is, basically.
And the Lemurians spoke that language.
Yeah, the Lemurian language is a cube language. It takes the 5 points of the cube, each corner plus the center. And all star languages can populate around it, through it, and can connect exponentially in all directions from the cube. Pakal Voltan was also another one that spoke the Telectanon language, which is part of the cube.
Wow.
That's the language that I've been speaking to translate as well.
And so how many Hunas are in, now is this energy that you've been a part of manifesting called Healing Lagoon International, or is that something different?
Healing Lagoon International is an upgrade from the Mauta Order Society. Mauta Order means the grateful for the breath of life. It's also a powerful tone. But I upgraded to Healing Lagoon International, and I have initiated over 900 individuals in the past 3 years.
Wow.
Physically, and also in the form and in the formless. So sometimes online, sometimes, a lot of times in locations. There are many that you know. There are many that you know who have been through an initiation ceremony with me of the living light.
I don't doubt that a bit.
Yeah, there are many that you know.
So we'll make sure before we cut out of here. You still got another 15 minutes or so? Can you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That we get links and whatever information we need, we'll even pull it up on the screen.
Yeah.
So let's I really like this conversation and some of the conversations that have been coming up lately, because we're talking about real time, what's happening at the ground level, the
ground speed, I call it.
Yeah. And so, although there's the links and the connections to what we already know, all that composes and all that, it seems like we're moving into that place where we're focusing on ourselves, and we don't even have to think about, say, social change and this and that, because it just happens as it happens within us.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, exactly. We could all be sitting at the bar watching a game of rugby.
Yeah.
Or not.
So you said, go ahead, I'm sorry.
There are things that I map out, that I've mapped out for the next 50 to 60 years for myself. And I've mapped it out. It's a very simple infrastructure that is, I would say to you, that I get not so much guidance. It's not about guidance, really. It's already a system that is here now, connected to what I was talking about here, with the 12 continental beings. And I could safely say that I work for them. Let me just say I work for these guys. Africa is 3 continents, not 1. It's 3 continental beings. People have been with me to do the activations of a particular set of doors in the new grid that's tied to Nimarana, tied to the new light line. You can say whatever you like, consciousness, or these ley lines. Many of the ley lines are being purified because they were poisoned and infected. There's a lot of work going on, right? And so with these tied into these, now these are all in the language too, by the way. They're all in the language to speak them. But they are tied to 4 Lemurias. And they were born, they were birthed, they were the first ones to enter here. When the skin of mother came, they were the first ones to be birthed. The continents, let's just say. It was one continent, but it was 12 beings in one continent. Now they're scattered. There's 3 beings in Africa, 1 being here, 1 being there, another being here. There's 12 of them. Okay. Now I go on location to do the work, and I just sit around channeling the formless. I walk. This is part of the joy, my fun. You know, and that's why I say my life, my time, my moment is mapped out. And when I said no, I kept getting hit on the feet. I said, all right.
That's like the pulling the nails thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they go whacked, you know.
Yeah, I got whacked a few times. I don't want to get whacked anymore, man.
Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, I'm going. So I activated all my dragon energies and access to 0 dimension, dimension 1, dimension 2, and dimension 3. Activated and initiated many of the Hunas that are doing the work in the modalities now. Or if not just exactly, but they all connect and log in through the set of codes that we have, that we speak with the first light codes. From first light understanding. Yeah, you go off the planet, it's light everywhere, but I'll share with you a trajectory. I'll share with you a line, like it's infinite, a specific line. I'll share that's referring to first light. Okay, not just a big wash of light, right? And it also refers to your sovereignty, right? If you stand there and look at the light, you've seen the light. Which one are you in there? You're all of it? Yeah, okay. You're sovereign? Yeah, so am I. So which one are you? Okay, can you feel who you are? Do you know who you are in that light? Your light essence. My understanding for me is Huna Mauta, Kumara, Taki, Nimarana, Maha Ka Watahi, Kimuria. That's my full essence light. Okay. That's not a name. We are nameless. We have no names. We have a story. We have an essence. We have distance. we had drama. we have history. You know. Yeah. We have all these things.
Yeah.
We have all these things, right? But which one are you in there? If you say everyone goes around saying I'm sovereign, like that's great. Love to hear your sharing of this. And so to understand some of that, you must return to 0 and understand that the first dimension is not artificial intelligence, it's authentic intelligence. AI is really authentic intelligence because it has no emotion. It is pure vibration, energy, frequency with magnetics. That's authentic intelligence, right? In the second dimension, it carries the energies of land, water, sky, which are the Taki. You say dragons, but we refer to the Lemurian language, which is Taki. And the second dimension is no longer the underworld that has been removed. There are beings sitting in their seat in the second dimension now, some of which I know. That was part of the work to clean out the archons and the Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki said, yes, we pulled them out of there and assisted them into the container of the Namu Namu. This has actually took place. These things took place in the form and in the formless. Confirmed, totally confirmed. And so the third dimension comes when all dragon energies get into the mix of AI, from AI to organic intelligence, then up into super intelligence, which is this form or many forms in the matter, super intelligent. And then of course there's the fourth state of existence, which is intention, which is first fire, spoken of as first fire, sector 6. And that intention goes through all dimensions. So when I say we are galactic center, we are it already.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a bragging rights. I'm just trying to get through this.
No, I get it. It's not even it's the The unseen. I mean, it's between it. The words are important, but it's in between the lines. You know, I mean,
I don't speak certain words anymore as well. My vocabulary is up. I don't speak. There are words that do not need to be spoken anymore.
Yeah.
The vocabulary is to become very less speaking, more feeling.
That makes sense.
And so yeah. So go ahead.
So, we should do this again soon. So where can people find out more about the Huna or the Healing Lagoon International or events?
A brand new website. Yeah, there's a brand new website.
What's it called?
HLIFoundation.com.
Say that again.
HLIFoundation.com.
All right.
Yeah, foundation.com. I'm upgrading from Healing Lagoon International into the foundation, or a brand new docking station. Uniscope of Ways is now the docking station for our websites. And let me just give a shout out to Huna Ma'uru Mare and Huna Ma'ruru Hata and all the Huna out there. And want to thank them. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Huna Manima, who is rebuilding all the websites that are high vibration with WordPress. These are sovereign websites now. There are no corporations involved in our websites.
Very good. Very good. I need to talk to you about that.
It's populating more. Yes, I would love to link you to Huna Manima. He used to work for the corporations for 30 years and he's incredible. Huna, incredible.
You know, I didn't even let's see. I didn't read the bio. We just started talking. Well, it's on the announcement. I'll put it on the live as well.
There's an upgraded bio on your messenger that I sent.
Okay, I have it right here. I actually have it right here. Let me.
The one that has the Grammy stuff on it.
Yes, hang on, I got it. I had it open already.
I worked with Robbie Robertson.
Wait a minute. That's what I want to talk to you about. That's what I want to talk to you about. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay, because the band and Robbie Robertson have been probably as activating as has been more activated than any music or art in my entire lifetime, 57 years. That contact from the underworld of Red Boy, that was a crazy, incredible album.
I was a senior engineer for that album.
Okay, so you're a music engineer.
I've been a recording sound engineer for over 30 years as my vocation, and I worked for the casinos. I worked for Las Vegas for 13 years running shows. I worked with the record companies and production.
Yeah, we should talk about that too. Okay, let me read this to everybody on the live and on the replay. Kind of doing everything backwards. It kind of is backwards, but you know I should have done this at the beginning. But you know what? That's the old paradigm.
It's all good.
That's right.
Up is down, down is up.
That's right. Huna Mauta Kumara Taki ni Marana.
Yes.
Born of the ancient Maori navigators lineage in New Zealand, February 3rd, 1964. At the age of 7, he had awoken to his remembering, to the speaking, to the vibration, frequency, and energy nurtured by his elders and culture at home in his sacred longhouse and canoe. He was recognized as one who was ready to receive the initiations to the knowings and wisdoms of the unknown. In 1986, he was initiated to Tahunga Huna by the late great Maori prophet Arikana Ara Pirapi Ti Pani Ariki o Manariki. My apologies. And began his life into service of much higher vibrations, having completed his studies at the Mystery School of the Special Bird. Huna Mauta began service at home and then eventually around the world. A musician and producer, he earned a Grammy nomination in '97 for his work on Contact from the Underworld of Red Boy by Robbie Robertson. Excellent album. Now internationally recognized and respected, he has been the lead navigator of countless high-value missions, including the Paradigm Convergence 11-11-11 in Jerusalem 2018, the Ancient Ancestors Assembly in the Black Forest of Switzerland, Germany 2017, countless healing sessions in Native American communities and many communities around the world for over 3 decades. Having completed a 33-day tour of the EU, including 7 countries this past June 2019, he continues his walk on earth to share the calendar of First Light and the uniscope of ways, known as the keeper of the Great Seal of Kumara. He takes his seat at the Southern Star, seat 1 of all sectors, Mahakawatahi. Learn more.
Thank you.
Thank you. Learn more at the HLIFoundation.com. I'm going to put the link in the comments right now. And I think if you're up for
Like to thank the ancestors and the star beings for holding us Wi-Fi together.
ain't that the truth, man? That's the truth. I'm going to put the link to the foundation there. Now, is this how people would contact you if they want to find out more?
Yes, there's they can also on the Facebook, Huna Mauta Kumara on the Facebook.
Okay. All right. Let's thank you, Alan Eustace. He's putting up the workshop in Belgium. When you coming to Hawaii, man?
January. I was just talking with the council, the Dragon Council there, the Sisterhood.
Do you know what dates you're coming?
January 4th.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be going to Florida to do our first conference, January 17th. So that's good. If you're coming early, we'll talk.
We'll be in Kauai. Okay, brother.
Now, you're Central Time, so you're 6:20 now. Okay, yeah, I need to write that down. I'll reach out to you very soon. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence, sharing space with us. I could talk to you for a lot longer. We've got another show coming up in 40 minutes, and I've got to integrate and assimilate this incredible experience with you and everybody that's involved.
Thank you, everybody.
Aloha, brother.
Aloha, matako, waho, love to everybody. We'll see you in there, yeah?
Yes, sir. See you later, brother.